Hey Washington Commanders fans, today we're talking about 4 players facing very precarious situations in the 2024 season. So buckle up and get ready for an exciting ride through the Commanders training camp. Positivity is at an all-time high around the Commanders as we head into the 2024 season. Adam Peters has laid the foundation for the first stage of his roster regeneration. Dan Quinn and his outstanding staff have done a tremendous job implementing their ideas, getting everyone on the same page before training camp. This is just the beginning. The Commanders face a tough road back to contention. They seem far from a Super Bowl right now, but there's an opportunity to speed up this significant rebuild. Rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels proves his worth, a franchise-caliber presence right away. Optimism is increasing, no doubt about that. At the same time, there are some serious questions that could potentially hold them back from legitimate growth in 2024. It's a fine line. With this in mind, here are 4 Commanders players who find themselves in precarious situations during the 2024 campaign. Tress Way, Commanders punter. There's no doubting Tress Way's credentials. He's had a brilliant career as a Pro Bowl punter. He's firmly established as a locker room leader and is highly respected by his peers. That doesn't detract from the need to return to his old form next time around. Way regressed last season. He wasn't alone in that regard, but the urgency is high surrounding this popular figure if he wants to prolong his career with the Washington Commanders. Adam Peters has demonstrated a level of ruthlessness in his roster construction that wasn't evident previously. Way might be one of the longest-serving players on the Commanders, but that won't count for anything if the production doesn't meet the required standard. There's a lot to like about Way's chances of bouncing back despite his advancing years. However, there are no guarantees beyond the current campaign, given it's a contract year for a player who placed 41.1% of his punts inside the 20-yard line during the previous campaign. Nick Allegretti, Commanders offensive line. The Washington Commanders had to solidify their offensive line this offseason. Everyone knew a rookie quarterback was coming into the team. Improving protection could provide Jayden Daniels with the clean pockets needed to take the NFL by storm during his first year in a professional environment. Concerns surrounding the offensive tackle positions diverted attention from another potential complication. This focuses on whether Nick Allegretti can capitalize on his free agent switch after shining on a rotational basis for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2023. Allegretti signed a 3-year, $16 million deal with the Commanders that included a $5.89 million signing bonus and $9.2 million guarantee. More importantly, this gives the interior lineman a chance to firmly establish himself as a productive NFL starter. The former Illinois standout played just 80 offensive snaps during the 2023 regular season. When the Chiefs lost Joe Thuney to an unfortunate injury in the postseason, Allegretti was thrust into the spotlight. He wasn't going to waste this significant opportunity to shine on the biggest stages of all. After catching the eye during the AFC Championship game, Allegretti logged 79 snaps during the Super Bowl with a torn UCL and shone even more. This ability to fight through pain in pursuit of helping Kansas City triumph is exactly the quality Adam Peters and Dan Quinn are looking to implement in the Commanders. Allegretti is slated to start at the left guard position based on consensus projections. Hopes are relatively high. The veteran can provide a sense of stability that was sorely lacking last time around. But he hasn't been a prominent starting option since 2020. This is a huge opportunity for Allegretti to become a long-term part of the Commanders' plans in a position of critical need. His outstanding pass protection and exceptional work ethic would serve him well, but getting off to a fast start is crucial, especially considering the concerns surrounding Washington's blindside options at the left tackle spot. Benjamin St-Juste, Commanders cornerback. If there's one critique of Adam Peters' roster construction this offseason, it's that another productive outside cornerback presence wasn't sought at some point. Mike Sanrestil joined the team as a second-round pick, but is seen more as a nickel option capable of making a significant impact in blitz package. It was relatively underwhelming, aside from that. Michael Davis was signed in free agency, but needs to recover from a down year with the Los Angeles Chargers. The rest were classified as journeymen and special teamers rather than dependable starters. However, there's still time for Peters to get another cornerback, depending on the opportunities that present themselves before Week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This seems to be a vote of confidence in Benjamin St-Juste. Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. like their cornerbacks to be big and physical in press coverage. Former third-round pick has the tools in that sense, but his wildly inconsistent production last season makes this a gamble of epic proportions. St-Juste showed moments of promise last season. He also allowed 63.2% of passes thrown his way to be completed. This resulted in 769 receiving yards for the opposition at 11.5 yards per completion. If the defensive back wants to prove his worth as a legitimate starting option, improvements are needed. There's plenty of motivation for St-Juste in 2024. He enters the campaign as Washington's top outside coverage option as it stands. It's also a contract year for the player, so a good campaign with improved consistency could see the Minnesota product rewarded with a longer-term commitment. Quinn and Witt come with glowing credentials regarding cornerback development. They could get a better version of St-Juste if they improve his technical flaws. Should he fail to meet specific targets, a situation might emerge where the Commanders cut their losses entirely. It's a high-stakes situation for St-Juste. Hopefully, it's a challenge he'll relish on the way to better fortunes next season. Clen Ferrell, Commanders' defensive end. Finding capable pass rushers was one of the highest priorities for the Washington Commanders this offseason. Trading Chase Young and Montez Sweat before the 2023 deadline provided financial flexibility and additional draft assets for Adam Peters to utilize. It also completely negated any edge threat over the second half of the previous campaign. Peters addressed this through free agency with 3 notable arrivals. Dorrance Armstrong Jr. comes with long-term potential after playing the best football of his career under Dan Quinn during their time with the Dallas Cowboys. Dante Fowler Jr. also reunited instantly with Washington's new head coach, which is an indicator of the high esteem in which he is held around the league. Another intriguing arrival is Clen Ferrell. Peters was part of the group that brought him to the San Francisco 49ers after he failed to meet expectations as a first-round pick by the Las Vegas Raiders. The new front office leader seemed suitably impressed by his contribution. Ferrell is working hard to shed the draft bust tag. The former Clemson star might never live up to being the number 4 overall pick. But that doesn't mean he can't carve out a productive career moving forward after showing signs of life during the 2023 season. This is a big opportunity awaiting the Virginia native. Commanders aren't blessed with the greatest pass rushing depth. It would be surprising if Ferrell didn't get key rotational reps, or perhaps even start over Fowler with a smooth transition into Quinn's expansive system. The signs are encouraging at long last, Ferrell, but his situation remains precarious. Washington gave him a 1-year prove-it deal in free agency. Unless the production takes a surge forward, Peters will have no trouble moving on from the player. With 13.5 sacks in 5 seasons, the jury is still out. But if anyone can help Ferrell finally meet his pre-draft expectations, it's Quinn and defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. What do you think about the situations these players are facing? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any news. And remember, hail to the Redskin!